Hello everybody and welcome back to LMM. And if you're enjoying what you're seeing on the channel at the moment, how about giving this video a like and maybe subscribing to the channel to help us grow, and perhaps even check out our Patreon. You'll see the big red thing is outside because we're taking it on an adventure. We're going to go from not very sunny Suffolk all the way over to Caffeine and Machine on the Hill, which is somewhat near Birmingham, a good 150 miles. Now this is significant because never before have I driven this machine that far. In fact, to the best of my knowledge, it's never travelled that far. It's never been out of East Anglia since it was new. So the longest journey it's ever done so far would have been from the factory in Guildford up to Great Yarmouth, which is some 171 miles-ish. Now, if we were going just on the dual carriageway, we wouldn't do that kind of mileage. But as it's generally unpleasant and does about 50 miles an hour and is just constant and loud, we've elected to take a far more scenic route and enjoy the great British countryside on a day, typically British day. So we're going to go the back way, which is some mileage that we haven't really calculated yet, but definitely we feel it has a good opportunity and the potential to be more than 171, which will be the furthest it's ever gone. Now, this is a super idea because this machine has had no prior bad experiences or unreliability issues. So I am utterly terrified. What is this route that we're taking across the Great British Isle, I hear you ask? Well,
we were going to go and do something that I had wanted to do for years. Take Jukes back to somewhere that it had previously worked, and then go and call in at one of my favourite museums, all the time remaining on the back roads, avoiding motorways and dual carriageways to avoid overstressing the machine, and if it does break down, so it wouldn't cause an issue. Finally turning up at our destination of Caffeine and Machine.
Now I stress that we have put a lot of time and effort into this. It wasn't just a thing we did last night, so we are sure that there's probably no low bridges, weight restrictions or other reasons we can't progress on this route. So it's probably going to be exactly like that. Probably. The good news is there's a tiny bit of blue sky starting to break its way through now. So let's hop into the truck and hit the road. It's probably only going to be like, 5 hours? I'm so scared.
With the weather breaking and threatening to turn out into a nice day, we hit the road heading west. And of course, due to my amazing organisation, we didn't have that much fuel in the tank.
Our first stop was in Sudbury to get some fuel, and this is the first time I've ever brimmed the tank on this, which means that we're going to work out its MPG on this trip, because the tank is brimmed and no doubt we're going to need more of it. So it had a quarter of a tank and I've slapped 86 litres in. Right, let's go.
Depending on where we are, as we now head towards one of these things, old horns. We're going to Haver Hill. I am flat to the floor. Is that all I've got? Four. No, we're slowing down a bit. Yeah, no. But we're also almost at the top of the hill, so yeah.
And of course, what would a road trip be without the obligatory road trip snacks? And then I had a wonderful idea to pull over and get a drive-by shot, and in the process, almost broke everybody's spines.
I know you're gonna want to...
Oh my god!
Me. Hold on, let me just save your helmet. Well, that was on. Oh, God.
What?
My ribs.
Sorry, lads.
Having dusted ourselves down from becoming kangaroos, we set up the camera and headed on to our next destination.
To be honest, this feels proper special because this is Haver Hill. This is where this thing used to work after it left Norfolk Fire Service. So the fact it went into industrial service here is the reason that it's still around today. If it hadn't been sold into industry, it would either been gone abroad or it had been cut up. So it's kind of special to go back to. Is that IFF itself?
Yeah, all of this stuff here.
Oh yes, I've delivered here before. So all of this.
It's not this left.
Oh no, that's Ardex. That's not IFF. I've been there.
Gate. It says
FM.
So this is something that I've always wanted to do, to bring it back here, to bring it back where it used to work. This whole complex was guarded by this machine. I don't think it actually did anything here. It was more an insurance thing of going, hey, we've got a fire engine on site, so the insurance is cheaper. Not that that would have done anything if the big chemical things had gone up, but this is really special to me. This place meant this survived, which means I get to enjoy it and you get to enjoy it. And bringing it back here, there's just something really special about bringing an appliance back to where it used to work. And also, if it hadn't come and worked here, it would have never had the checker plates on the doors. So it's all part of what makes dupes dupes. However, the security gate's just up there and we didn't tell anybody, so we probably should just, go before they ask why we're here.
It was kind of sad not to have spent more time revelling in the machine's past, but we still had a very long way to go. And of course, this is LMM, so we didn't get very far before we ran into our first quite major issue.
Help!
I don't really know quite.
I don't know how.
How have you done this?
I don't know.
And in what? Right, you might need another set of hands here. No, actually, I could just leave you there.
Move. Oh, I keep that one, then I can run.
Bad hair day resolved, we headed west into a beautiful evening with blue skies and stunning light. It's the kind of time that driving a vintage vehicle is absolutely glorious.
So the next plan involves doing a very brief bit on the dual carriageway. We merge with the A11 and then immediately come off the A11 to go to Duxford. Yay! Dual carriageways and Duxford. Duxford has always been a staple of my childhood. And I love this museum. I love the planes, I love the land warfare, and I love the restoration they do here. And coming here with the tank and the model Spitfire over there, I just had to stop and park the fire engine up because, it looks right, really, doesn't it? But as you can tell, the light is disappearing and we have a long way to go, so... By my original calculations, the plan had been that we'd basically be there now-ish within the next hour. My route was wonderful in its simplicity and beauty going through the back roads. However, due to things going wrong, we set off quite late, which means that by my calculations, we should have been there at Caffeine at Machine now-ish. We're still a good 2 hours away on the main roads. So we've made the decision, it's time to go onto the main roads and actually get there and get some dinner, because these two will kill me if we get there and they're no longer serving. So we're going on the main roads. So this is properly about to be a first. It has never got onto a motorway before. And it's something that I'm genuinely excited about. To take a machine that is, 43 years old and do something that it's never done before. I think that's something truly special. Here we go for a motorway. This is it, buddy.
This is the junction. You can either go that way for the M1 or that way for the M6. This is it. This is it. This is, and you're the one. You're doing it. You're going to be the guy. I don't even get to take it.
You have it afterwards. Welcome to the motorway.
First time ever on a motorway. 43 years young. First time ever on a motorway. Right, we swapped over for the last bit. That means I'm back in driving. Straight over, yeah?
Yeah.
Sorry! Ah!
It's all right, isn't it?
Done enough shift now. Since I've driven it last, which was a few hours ago, it's got more sporty. I think going for a run and having constant revs at a relatively high RPM, getting you hot and actually doing something has actually made a difference. I also put some diesel system cleaner in it when we filled up. And like coming in and out of the roundabouts, it's quicker, it's more torquey. I don't quite believe the differences. She feels like 20 years younger. Look out. Oh. Where am I going? So, we've just done a BMW coming away from the traffic lights. He was on the outside, I put my foot down, and we pulled ahead of him, and when he went down to one lane, we're the one in front. The sports lorry.
The new and improved Jeep.
So we've done it. We've made it across the country to Caffeine and Machine. Now, there is a Porsche event on, so there's lots of very, very expensive and nice cars. And everybody looked at this, not because what is this doing here, but everyone was like, so that's been quite the field of moment. Very, very pleased. And also we got here, which is...
You've done what?
So what we've done is we've taken the K trucks out for a drive around and caused chaos this evening. Lozz has upgraded his to a metal drive shaft, which has shredded all of his internals. What he's then done is gathered all the internals here to look at how he's going to fix them, and then dropped them on top of the floor. So they got them forever.
I like the way you're using the truck headlights to search for its own parts.
I reckon it was that goblin from the back of your fire truck.
You are the goblin.
I reckon that's what's nicked it.
What's that, the goblin?
He's the goblin.
Oh my god.
So with that, that's the end of this video. We've had our food, we've looked around at the other cars, and now we're going to go find our room and go to bed. It has been an amazing experience. Caffeine and the Machine is a wonderful venue to come to, and everybody has loved seeing the truck. And what a day! It is the furthest it's ever travelled. Not just in my engine, but ever. It is the first time it's ever gone on a motorway, and we took it back to somewhere it used to work. It's been a pretty special day for the truck, and bringing it has been amazing. So if you have enjoyed this, how about clicking over there for some more truck adventures, or down there for some more truck adventures. And remember, go and visit your local Caffeine and Machine. Yeah, that's it. And we'll see you next time. And don't travel across the country in your fire engine, because it's a slow way.